Hi guys, this is Vidya. Welcome back to my video series Behind the Scene. So last week we saw how a personal problem or personal issue, when compared to a global scale issue or problem, we can structure an article to. While in this video I'll be talking about investigative study type article. For this I'll be referring to my blog post China, the Real Innocent. So let's get started. Let's see what all steps it goes to frame such an article. Number 1. Defining the problem. Before you start your research work or your investigative study, it's very necessary for you to establish the problem. Once you establish your problem, it's very easy for you to then carry out your research study further. In my case, or regarding my article, I would say US, Australia and European Commission giving statement that they blame China for the whole pandemic and they want China to pay back the financial losses that the whole world went through. This alone statement became my investigative study. I wanted to know why such allegations are put on China, how China is linked to all the suffering that's happening around the world. Number 2, multiple topics. So when you're about to do an investigative type of study, you should think or research on multiple grounds. For instance, in my article, when I wrote about China, I went through the economy about China, its international policies with other countries, and also what kind of freedom, the citizens there enjoy. Obviously, I was not on the ground to do all the studies, but a lot of newspaper articles, a lot of research papers I went through to know and to understand things on different perspective and on different grounds. Number 3, connecting the dots. So once you have completed your research study on all the topics related to your subject, now it's necessary for you to connect or thread all these concepts together. For instance, in my article, I first spoke of virus and its pattern of spread across the globe from China. I mean, all the pandemics that China has witnessed. I literally spoke on that history. Then I spoke of Wuhan wet market to know how this business runs and why China still allows such a market to be run. Then I spoke of Wuhan Institute of Virology, what kind of experiments goes there, when was it established and all that, and what was the purpose of such an institute. Then, the most importantly, the bat virus. What is this virus and why is it so dangerous? What are the possible diseases a human can be affected with this kind of virus. And then I spoke of the Silk Road and South China Sea. I spoke of them because I think when we speak of China itself, these two topics are very necessary for you to understand. Number 4, assumption. See, I know this is an investigative type of study, but I don't think so it's fair enough for us to give a conclusion. We should be very fair in our write-up. It should not be a biased kind of thing. See, it's just a probability. I did a study sitting at home. I was not on the ground to know what's the actual situation was there in China, whatsoever it was. So I spoke of, the China's press freedom and everything, but I can't give a conclusion. So it was just my assumption through my investigative study that probably China is not so innocent as it is trying to be portraying off. Number 5, it's a general rule that you have to structure the whole thing together and then present your work as neat as possible. So this was all about my style of writing. If you are interested to read more of my articles, you can check my blog post. The link is mentioned in the description box. So I'll meet you again in the next video with another behind the scenes story of my article. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.